Hello everyone, my name is Thomas.
And my name is Jasper, and welcome to our brand new long-awaited series, San Andretta Zoo. In this first episode, we will start working on our entrance area.
Which includes some coaches, nice pathing and an entrance building.
So, enjoy guys. So, welcome back. We are so happy to be back, right?
I couldn't wait for this episode to begin.
Same.
I just couldn't wait.
So I was thinking about maybe like doing some coaches to get the guests to spawn, because these coaches that you see are actually spawn points for the guests. So once the zoo is open, they actually get out of the coaches and walk into the zoo, which I thought would be so much better than just have some kind of spawn points.
Yeah, that's pretty creative. I like it.
I mean, of course, it still looks a bit bland. The problem with those coaches is that, you know, you gotta make them fit in, and that can be quite hard. So I try to like make them the color of our logo so that they fit in with the zoo team, so they'd actually be zoo operated buses. So here you can see me look up the color codes from the logo and just apply them.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but of course, I mean, it isn't that clear that they are zoo operated, so I wanted to make a sign. However, that's quite hard because you'd have to use a screen, and if you want to use a screen, like, it pretty much has to go into the coach, but the coach is like all these pieces sticking out, and it isn't just flat, it's a bit curved, so
I would get way too frustrated to do that.
it took quite some time, and I had never used custom signage, so I had to look at that, but I eventually found this and I just made a square version of our logo.
It looks pretty good.
Except those screens are, but those screens are very bright, so I actually had to like look up how much darker to make it, because if you just place an image, it will be way too bright for like any normal sign. So yeah, this will eventually become like a road. And then like in the center of the road we will have a big path going to the entrance. And for the entrance, I've actually looked at some actual zoo entrances. I believe this is inspired by both the Singapore Zoo and the Birmingham Zoo, I believe I looked at.
That's quite great.
And I really like the building style.
I think we can put a picture up on the screen.
We sure can. In fact, I've probably already done that. And I kind of wanted to have like some kind of height difference at the back. But that means that I also gotta have it at the front. So currently the entrance is floating. And I actually won't fix that in this episode. So I'm sorry guys, live with it. The entrance is floating for now.
No, why?
But I'm thinking of like elevating it with some rocks and stuff, just to make it look like some kind of hill that we've built it on.
Yeah, maybe we can put some gardening around it too.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like there isn't a lot of greenery around right now, but that is because I wanted to first make like the building and then just start planting trees and that kind of stuff, because otherwise they're just in the way. But I didn't want the first episode to be like 30 minutes, so I didn't put it in this episode. And I already spent like 4-5 hours working on this video, as in just raw building time. So I also wanted to save time for me, because we want to upload this series more often than any series in the past. Like
Any series in the past, we've done literally one,
and then we just pause for like a month. And I wanted to change that because, like, honestly, like, I love the game and I just want to be able to express that in building, but you don't always have the inspiration. That's like the big issue. You don't always have the inspiration to build.
but we also don't always have the time to build. It's not always the inspiration.
True. I mean, you of course also gotta have the time to build, because especially if you want to make a building that's like very detailed, I mean, it will take time. And the thing that I wanted to reach in this zoo is just a new level of detail. I just want to elevate the building to a whole new level, and it will just take some time. So that will take some time every week that I will have to spend on it. It could also mean that, just despite our best intentions, the episodes could take a bit longer every time. But if that happens, we will surely let you know, because we of course don't want to disappoint you and get you expecting a brand new episode and then there just being none.
But let's just expect that we will be uploading every month, like 2-3 times maybe.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So here I actually started on the roof, and then as you can see, it was way too wide. So that was like the issue that we had. So I actually took like a small building break in between, and then I came back and I made the roof smaller. I don't know if I've already done that here. I don't think so. Or maybe I have. I'm not sure actually. Of course, some custom signage, and I say custom because these aren't your default letters. This is a beautiful font made by Ryzen, because Ryzen just makes these incredible fonts, like insane. Like, those letters look amazing, right?
Yeah, they look amazing, actually, yeah. But I was thinking, what kind of animals do we want to put in the zoo? Because I really like the capybaras.
I mean, I certainly want to put like a load of different animals in it. My idea of this zoo was that we're like, I mean, some kind of American kinda, like that's a bit of the setting that I do want to go for, but mainly just big budget, and still like I still wanted to keep it like slightly realistic. Like, the fact that we have a big budget doesn't mean that we, I don't know, have golden pathing everywhere.
I understand what you mean. I think that's the best idea.
So, like, there will certainly be some big buildings. Oh no, I'm making it smaller. There will certainly be like some big buildings and projects, but don't expect it won't always be just some gigantic project.
But it will be a bit smaller sometimes, but I think it will still be very much detailed all the way.
Of course, they will still be cool. but we are still a zoo.
I was also thinking about making some different teams, or like the left side of the zoo being American, and then aquatic animals in the other side of the zoo, and then that I will be making signs and entrances for every.
I mean, it sounds like a really good idea. So we will just have like these themed areas of the zoo, which also makes sense because, you know, you aren't going to put one Arctic animal next to a tropical animal and then just mix everything. You kind of want to keep them like in clusters of like the same area and the same living conditions. So I think that would be a great idea.
What kind of animals do you want? Because you said American, but which one do you mean then?
Oh no, I wasn't even like specifically aiming at certain American animals. I think like any zoo, we are going to have a lot of different animals. Like, if you go to a zoo, you won't usually find just exclusively animals from that country. In fact, you most likely will see animals not from that country. So I wasn't really aiming at like having like some American national park thingy or something. But it was more of like a setting. Like, I think that most of the big budget zoos in the world are in America, so I just
I understand.
kind of wanted to go for it in that way.
I am really looking forward to building something like a reptile house, maybe. That would be cool.
Could be fun, yeah.
There can also be a lot of animals inside that exhibit, of course.
Yeah.
I think that's number one priority for me. I think it would look pretty cool, and I can make a pretty good looking sign from it, of course.
I mean, that sounds like a great plan, so I think we will definitely do that. What we are seeing in the background here is just me trying to make like some kind of hole in a rock. I mean, it's kind of meant to be like a bit comical, you know. It's just a pile of faux rocks with a black background, but I think if we put some trees around it, it could still tell a nice story of how those coaches get there, because, you know, I can't just have a road from one point to the next point and just suddenly ending, so it's mainly just a roadblock.
So this was our episode number 1 of the San Andretta Zoo. We hope you liked it, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.